Dealing with camera guys, it's a full-time job. We got here the first night and was expected to get in a tree to try to kill one of our big deer. And unfortunately, it's a south wind at 4, 5. Then at 5:30, it turns southwest, and then it's west, and then it goes to north. I don't know anybody that I know that has a tree stand that can hunt both north and south wind, specifically us here in Kansas. But we have a bonus tonight. We have, I think 3 cow elk and a couple of smaller bulls on our farm here. And we just got ourselves an elk tag, and we're going to do a little elk hunting tonight, believe it or not. So we're going to go in, we're going to call as we're going in, nice and soft, just a couple cow calls. Then we'll go sit in the tree stand and see if we can get a look at one. They've been coming in pretty regular across the fence up here, so who knows? We may be killing ourselves an elk in Kansas. I didn't hear anything. What we think is down this east-west fence line, if they're bedded down, there's a real thick area right in the corner. That's why we picked this spot down in. We got a beautiful cedar tree to sit in. We got a couple hours to sit here and relax. It's beautiful weather. The sun's not out, so it's keeping the temperature down a little bit. They do come in here right at dark, so we have a chance. There's definitely a chance to shoot our elk in Kansas. Be careful, be careful. Gonna get downwind of us. That's not the one I want to shoot anyway. There's a bigger one. How cool is that? I might have made a mistake by not shooting him, but there is a significantly bigger one. Not big, but bigger than him here. And they're usually together. So I'm taking my chances. I'm gonna wait. Might be a mistake, but so cool to see an elk on our farm in Kansas. Can you see? He's coming. You believe that? We just shot ourselves a Kansas bull elk. We've been having these bulls and cows come in here. These elk come in for the last 8-10 years. They'll come in the summer. They'll stay around, and just about time season comes in to hunt them, they're gone again. The last 2 or 3 years, they've been staying a little bit longer and longer. And this year, we have like 4 bulls, 3 or 4 cows, and they just keep staying here. So we're coming out to whitetail hunt, and I really didn't expect to hunt these elk, but they're still here. We had a bad wind today for every other place we want to hunt whitetails, and so we went and bought our tag this morning, and I heard him crash right there. You believe that?
Did he drill it?
I am just like, unbelievable. I'm 99.99% sure he crashed right over there about 100 yards away. He did like a half circle. You could tell he was crashing into everything. So hopefully it's not a long track. I'm pretty stoked about this, to be honest with you. You got blood right here. Yeah, blood here, look.
Yeah.
No wonder he's making noise, huh? Hunted since I was 8, 9, 10 years old. You get highs and lows that are unbelievable. I think I just pinwheeled that elk, and we've tracked it for about 250 yards. And we've got blood, but it's just high, native grasses, so it's kind of hard to track. And we got close to a pond. We heard some water splashing, not like loud, but just some movement in the water. So we backed out. Like I said, the highs and lows of hunting. I guess that's why we do it. But I'm pretty frustrated right now that elk's not laying right there. I really thought I heard him crash, and what it was he crashing through the trees and got out into the open. But we're gonna go out, give it a couple hours, and then come back because it's supposed to rain, so we can't leave it all night. If it's gonna rain, we'll never find the blood. So, guess that's hunting, huh? We are at the pond that's just like 50 yards where we left our last piece of elk blood, and it makes sense that's where he would come to, but I'm on the far end of it, actually on the most western end, and he was on the most eastern end. Tyler's walking up on that way. I'm just gonna take a scurry around this way, take a look, see. We did hear something in the water last night, but I mean, we were 50 yards away. It could have been a raccoon, it could have been frogs, it could have been pretty much anything. It didn't have to be an elk, that's for sure. But this makes sense to look here first and then work our way back up to where the blood was and start tracking again. It rained a little bit last night, but not that much, so no, enough that it should really screw it up. Tyler met me here on the other side of the pond, and he keeps saying, I smell something. I said, yeah, and I don't have a very good sniffer, and all of a sudden I smelled something. We're not 20 yards from the pond that we found our bull. Yeah, baby. Well, how close were we?
We had probably 25 yards from. I think we stopped just right on the top side of him.
I see him right there. Yes! Your mind plays games on you. We looked at that footage and went, I mean, it's a kill shot, right? But in this, I call it buffalo grass because that's what we were told it was when we were kids. It's just native grass in this blue stem. It's 7 foot tall in here, literally. It's over my head. And it just didn't look like it was bleeding much. Now, obviously, Tyler kept saying it's bleeding. Well, it is, and it was. We just didn't see as much. But he probably only went a little over 200 yards. So it just felt worse. Our sure it can't be up there more than 25 yards because we could hear water. And Tyler at first said it's something that sounds like lapping. Then he said it might be licking itself. So we stood and listened and listened and listened. And we just didn't want to push it anymore. It makes no sense, right? Then we were going to come back 2 hours later because it was starting to rain. We're like, oh no. So I worried, and I just was like, the shot was too good. You know he's dead. It's just your mind plays games when you have to wait overnight. He stood right here and just died. He was probably dead by the time we got here when we were standing up there last night. So it was the frogs that we heard in the water. Nice bull, Kansas. Oh. Oh, look at that. So it's a 6x6, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5x5 with a little kicker on the top here. Well, it's our first. It's not our first time we've hunted elk here and on our farms in Kansas. We actually hunted the main farm 4 or 5 years ago. And we hunted it the last day or two that they were there, and they took off, went back to their home. This bull and 2 other bulls, and actually 3 other bulls, 2 small ones. We passed on the 2 small ones yesterday. The one that's a little bit bigger than this was on the other camera last night out in the alfalfa field. And it's got like 3 cows here. They just made it their home. They got water. They got 2 big protein feeders with Big and J in it. And they got 2 alfalfa fields, and behind it's got some huge ag fields with beans and stuff. So for whatever reason, they stayed here during the mating season. And so we decided to hunt last night because we didn't have a good wind for whitetail. So they were coming in. And we lucked out. Right before dark, he came back in after we passed on the 2 little ones. And we spooked him. Yeah, baby. Never apologize for a guy giving right to hunt. Yeah. Sweet, Tyler.